Hi y'all. So, I was thinking about it, and this weekend when I was traveling, I made the conscious decision to not bring any makeup because it was only supposed to be a 1 day trip. It's turned into a 2 day trip. So on the second day, I had no makeup to wear, and I just don't feel comfortable not wearing any makeup whatsoever, like I am right now. I have a lot of blemishes, and especially in this area, it it just doesn't make me feel good. So I don't usually leave my house at all without makeup, let alone in a different town at a tourist attraction where I know there's going to be thousands of people. But what I did was my friend had an e.l.f. contour palette, and I used the contour palette to do as much of my makeup as I could, and that was all I used. But it got me thinking, like, how annoying is it to lug around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 20 beauty products anytime you want to go somewhere. And granted, I know people do, and good for you, but I have so much stuff to keep track of whenever I travel. All of my kids' stuff, all of my own stuff, all of my husband's stuff, whatever we're doing for those couple of days. I have so much stuff to keep track of that I don't want to keep track of little things that I don't necessarily need. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to pick 3 products. That's it, just three products. I'm going to do a full look with them to prove you don't need all of it. You can get away with using things that are maybe not their intended purpose. I'm going to use eyeshadow, my foundation, and my eyebrow pencil. Now, my eyebrow pencil, I can also use as eyeliner. I can use it on my lips, as long as I'm really gentle, because these do break super easily. But I can use this other places on my face as well. My foundation, just because I like something on my face. And then a eyeshadow palette that has a little bit of variety, but is small enough to be convenient to carry. You know, of course, it would be a lot easier for me to bring this one. I could do my entire face with this one palette, but it's very big. So I'm going to omit priming. I'm not going to set my face. I'm not going to use brushes. I am going to do this as if I do have a beauty blender. 4 things. They pack down very small, that is small enough to go in a small Ziploc bag, and that's all. So these 4 things, I'm going to do my whole face. And let's begin. For my foundation, I did choose the Flower foundation because it's a little bit more full coverage. So since I'm omitting my concealer, this does a pretty good job of covering up the blemishes and everything on its own. So that's also something to think about if you are going to do this, is just to think about things that are the most versatile or that you're going to get the most out of, so you don't have to bring more. I'm going to do my eyebrows. This is going to be super fast forwarded, but I will leave it on camera. My eyebrows come out crooked. I'll fix them later. Eyebrows. Obviously afterwards, again, I omitted the concealer, so I just touched up with my beauty blender with no extra product on it. I'm going to omit using any highlighter, but I'm going to go and I'm going to play with this, and I'm going to do a full look with my eyes and my lips. I might bronze a little bit just because I do not have a color out of these products. They're all very neutral. That would work as blush, especially because I like a really pink blush. But I think a little bit of this one up here might actually work really well just for a little bit of color on my cheeks. This, by the way, is the City Mini palette by Maybelline. No brushes, so this is going to be finger application. I do have to mention, obviously finger application can be very messy. It's not very precise. So you want to go with a very simple look to begin with. Obviously I put a darker color on the outside of my eyes, and now I'm just going to go in with a lighter color all over my lid and on the inside of my eye. And now I'm going to go in with a very dark color. This is where it gets a little tricky. And I'm going to put it on the bottom and the top, just in the corner of my eyes. But this is an extremely dark color, so be gentle. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to do with the eyes, I am going to take my eyebrow pencil . It's a very light line. Obviously, eyebrow pencil is not made to draw on your waterline. But this is something that I'm more comfortable in than my bare skin. And that's really what it comes down to. If you are going to do this, pick stuff that you're comfortable with. If you're more worried about your lips, choose a lipstick instead. If you're more worried about having blush, choose an eyeshadow that you can also use as blush. Things like that. If you're not worried about your full face, but you're more worried about brightening up your eyes and covering just a couple of spots, choose concealer instead. Whatever works for you. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put a little bit of color on my cheeks. So like I said, I'm going to go in with this one, which is kind of a dark gold. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with eyeshadow on my lips. One thing I do have to say, using eyeshadow on your lips, it does work better if you put down lip balm first. But that was not one of my 3 products and 1 beauty blender that I chose to use. So, what are we going to do? We're going to put down a dark color. I'm not leaving it with this. Next, we're going to go in with this one, which is a rose gold color. And there, you have it. That's it. The whole face. Bam. And I don't hate it. Is it a little bit different than I normally do? Yes, it is. You can also, if you wear mascara, you can also use mascara as eyeliner. Be careful. Eyeshadows, pigments, you can put anywhere on your face. Don't let anyone tell you where your makeup goes. You do you. You can use blush as eyeshadow, you can use blush as lipstick. There's a lot of different things you can do. My eyebrows are a big thing for me, so I did choose this. You can also fill in your eyebrows with eyeshadow or contour. You just have to make sure that it's a close enough shade that there's not big gaps. So there you go. That was that. And this is the look I'm going to stay with today, because you know what? I think it's cute. So there you go. What was that? 4 things, 3 products, 1 applicator, 4 products. Okay, so another thing that I do want to point out though is that the oils and dirts and whatever else might be on your hands, that is on your hands, is going to severely affect the way your makeup lays down when you use your fingers. 99.9% of the time, you're going to see me use my brushes. But for this, I wanted to make a point by not, using them. So I did use my fingers or my beauty blender for this whole face. And without setting it, there is a very high chance that this is going to fade a lot quicker. So maybe bring these 4 items with you all day. You can recreate the same look 16 times with the 4 items that you chose. So that's the other really cool thing about it. Make sure your hands are clean before you apply makeup with your hands. And I cannot stress that enough. Make sure your hands are clean before you touch makeup. You are transferring oils and dirt and everything from your hands directly to your face. And that's how you get breakouts. Well, I think that's it for this video. I enjoyed it. I love hanging out with you guys. I love talking to myself for 22 minutes and 47, 48, 49 seconds. Okay, you get the point. So yeah, my eye is feeling better, by the way. Thank you for asking. It's still very red. And, but they feel better. So, thank you for asking. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch my last video. Alright, y'all. Peace!